It was 3:02 a.m. when you clicked the link. You didn't mean to. You were just scrolling, half asleep, half bored. But the headline pulled you in. The Epstein files unsealed. Thousands of pages. Names. Testimonies. Flight logs. You thought you'd read a few lines and go to sleep. You were wrong. Because the deeper you scrolled, the more you realized this wasn't just about a man. It was about a system. And the system doesn't like being exposed. Jeffrey Epstein wasn't a normal billionaire. He didn't build a tech company. He didn't create a famous brand. Nobody could clearly explain how he got his money. Yet he had private jets, private islands, and friendships with presidents, royalty, and billionaires. People described him as a shadow figure, always present in elite circles, but never fully explained. Then in 2019, everything collapsed. He was arrested for trafficking minors. The man with the world's most powerful connections was suddenly exposed. And then he died in his jail cell. Officially, it was ruled a suicide. But the cameras failed. The guards were asleep. And the timing was perfect. Too perfect. Now it's just you. Your room is silent. Your phone glows in the dark. You open the Epstein files. Page after page. Hundreds. Thousands. Legal documents. Court transcripts. Witness testimonies. You see names. Some familiar. Some powerful. Some hidden behind thick black redactions. Politicians. Celebrities. Billionaires. You remind yourself that being mentioned doesn't mean guilty. Some were witnesses. Some were investigators. Some just crossed paths with him. Still, you can't ignore how many powerful people were connected to one man. You keep scrolling. Then you reach the island. Little St. James. The place the internet calls Epstein Island. The files describe a private world. No cameras. No police. No rules. Witnesses talk about private rooms, strange behavior, things that sound unreal. But entire paragraphs are blacked out. Entire names erased. Entire events sealed. You start to feel uneasy. Not because of what you're reading, but because of what you're not allowed to read. Who asked for those parts to be hidden? And why? You reach the end of the documents. And instead of answers, you get questions. Who funded Epstein's lifestyle? Who protected him for decades? Who else was involved? And the biggest question of all, why did everything fail the night he died? The cameras, the guards, the protocols. Every layer of security failed at once. Powerful people had something to lose. Reputations, careers, empires. And when power is threatened, truth becomes dangerous. You lock your phone, but you can't sleep. Because you realize something disturbing. Epstein wasn't the system. He was just a door into it. The scariest part of the Epstein files isn't the names. It's how fast everyone moved on. It's how many documents remain sealed. It's how many questions will never be answered. You weren't supposed to connect these dots. You weren't supposed to read these pages at 3 a.m. But now you know something most people never think about. The world isn't controlled by villains in movies. It's controlled by people whose names you'll never see. You turn off your phone. The room goes dark. But the files stay open in your mind. And you wonder what other secrets are still waiting to be unsealed.